it's Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. Now in this video I wanted to address how we pass things down through the generations. And one of the things that was passed down for us, that's passed down for so many people, is the lack of money, that there's not enough. Right? Because that's all I heard when I was growing up, that there's not enough, that we can't afford it, that it's too expensive, all these words, right? And funny enough, and I'm pretty sure this is something I've put in my book, I never went a day without food. I didn't know what that was. My parents did, because they came from very, very poor backgrounds. They would have gone many days without enough food, that they would have gone hungry. But I didn't know what that was. For me to have gone all through my adult life thinking that there wasn't enough. There's not enough money, you know. So I just find it funny. I always had all the clothes I ever needed to, you know, for the summer or to keep warm in the winter. I had a shelter over my head. I had the food I needed. Whatever I needed for school was always there. I never wanted for anything that I didn't, like, I had everything I needed. So money-wise, there was never a lack when I was growing up. There was always enough. And yet I've gone through into my adult life because of the way my parents, because of their dynamics with money, thinking that there's not enough. It's never enough. It doesn't matter how much money I make or I bring in. It was never enough. You know, but even through my adult life, I have never spent a day without food. I've never spent a day that I don't have clothes to wear. I've never spent a day without shelter, without fresh water to drink. I have always had enough. And so today I really want to put it to you to look at your life. And if you've been like me, that you've always had the food that you need, you've always had clothes to wear, you've always had shelter, you've had a car. You know, I've never lived a day without a car. As a child, as an adult. If you've always had all these things, where is your lack coming from when you think it's not enough money? You know, because it's funny, I was thinking, as I started this video, I was remembering, growing up in my home, there was a lack of trust in the world. You know, that the world's not a safe place, it's a hostile place. You're only going to get hurt out there, it's dangerous. This is what I grew up with. And so you go into the world as an adult already looking at the world like it's a hostile place, like it's not there to support you at all. It's just there to take away. But my whole childhood has been the opposite of that. I've always had everything I've wanted as a child, everything I dreamed of, even when I was 10 and I wanted a piano, and it took 2 years to get that piano, but I got a piano eventually. My parents saved up for one. By the time I started high school, my piano was there and I could play on it every day. My piano, my very own. You know, not one thing that I really truly desired in my childhood could I say I didn't get that. You know, even one Christmas we wanted roller skates, and I'd spent, I think, a couple of years just really wishing I could have roller skates. And then they showed up, you know, one Christmas, they showed up. So I've never gone through in my childhood and not had the things that I've really truly wished for or wanted. So there is no proof for me that life isn't there to support you. Life is definitely there to support you. If you focus on it and you focus on that's what you want, you know, life will always give you what you need. You know, you'll have the food, you'll have the clothes, you'll have what you need to grow as a human being. You'll have all of it. So really, I've had no reason to believe that life doesn't support us. You know, that the world is a hostile place, that the world is going to take away from you in some way, you know. So, and yet, up until the last few months probably, there was always this fear, you know, that there's not enough, that the money is not enough, that what I have is not enough. And the truth of that statement is that we feel that we're not enough. That's all it comes down to. In some way, we feel we're not enough. Just us, the way we are, with nothing else. Without all the external things. We're not enough. Whenever you use that word enough, there's not enough money. There's not enough love. There's not enough good in the world. I've heard so many people say that. And yet, when I go online or wherever I go, all I see is people doing good. Because I'm looking for it. It comes back to that topic of focus. What we focus on when we're looking at there isn't enough. That's all we're going to keep experiencing. But for me, when I'm out in the world, because I believe with all my heart, I know that everyone has good in them. It's in them. It's in all of us. That's all I'm looking for. And so I find it all the time. I'll find people doing kindnesses for others. I'll find people helping other people. Because I'm looking for it. Because I believe in it that much. So, today I challenge you to start changing your focus. Instead of focusing on the lack of, start to think of, well, I do have a roof over my head. I do have food on the table every day. I do have clothes to wear. Because for many of us, that is our experience. We have everything that we need. It's just that we believe that we need all these other things. And that will make us enough. Good enough. But life is giving you what you need. In all moments, in all the moments, what you need to experience, what you need to know for you, for your soul. Life is giving it to you all the time. So shift your focus. You want to experience something else, start focusing on something else. If you're one of these people that's always talking about the bad in the world and how horrible it is and that it's all negative, start looking for the good. Start looking for it and you'll start to see it everywhere, because it is everywhere. There's so many people doing so much good all the time. I witnessed it. I was in hospital for 2 weeks and there's all these nurses. During the day, during the night, any time that you need someone was there. There is good everywhere. You just have to open your eyes and start looking for it. Rather than always looking at, oh, it's all crap. It's all bad. It's all negative. Start looking for it. You'll start to find it and you'll be surprised. It was always there. You just didn't notice it because you weren't looking for it. All right, my darlings. I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages. And tell me how you go. I'd love to hear your comments. If you shift to looking for the good in everything, looking for the good in everyone, how much do you actually notice? How much more is showing up for you if you go out of your front door every day looking for it? Looking for those good deeds, looking for those good acts. And how many of those can be yours? How much can you contribute to that? All right, my darlings, I love you guys. Bye for now.